wondered, traveling to the extreme north of the earth and having a sandwich? Is it really possible? Well, the Arctic is the northernmost region of the earth. Most scientists define the Arctic as an area within the Arctic Circle, a line of latitude about 66.5 degrees north of the equator, and within this circle are the Arctic Ocean basin and the northern parts of the Scandinavia, Russia, Canada, Greenland and US state of Alaska. Welcome to It's Tomorrow News. I am Hena Talati. Arctic is almost entirely covered by waters, much of it frozen. Some frozen features such as glaciers and icebergs are frozen fresh water. In fact, the glaciers and icebergs in the Arctic make up about 20% of the Earth's supply of the fresh water. Most of the Arctic, however, is the liquid salt water of the Arctic Ocean basin. Some parts of the ocean surface remain frozen all or most of the year. This frozen seawater is called sea ice. Often, sea ice is covered with a thick blanket of snow. Sea ice helps determine Earth's climate. Sea ice has very bright surface or albedo. This albedo means about 80% of the sunlight that strikes sea ice is reflected back to the space. The dark surface of the liquid ocean, however, absorbs about 90% of the solar radiation. Due to the thermohaline circulation, the Arctic's thick reflective sea ice moderates ocean temperatures around the world. The Arctic experiences the extremes of the solar radiation. During the northern hemisphere's winter months, the Arctic is one of the coldest and darkest places on Earth. Following sunset on the September equinox, the Earth's tilted axis and its revolution around the sun reduce the light and the heat, reaching the Arctic until no sunlight penetrates the darkness at all. The sun rises again during the March equinox and increases the light and heat reaching the Arctic. By the June solstice, the Arctic experiences 24 hours sunshine. The Arctic Circle is southernmost latitude in the northern hemisphere at which the center of the sun can remain continuously above or below the horizon for 24 hours. As a result, at least once each year at any location within the Arctic Circle, the center of the sun is visible at local midnight, and at least once the center is not visible at the local noon. The Arctic Ocean basin is the shallowest of the 5 ocean basins of the Earth. It is also least salty due to the low evaporation and huge influxes of the fresh water from the rivers and glaciers. River mouths, calving glaciers, and constantly moving ocean currents contribute to the vibrant marine ecosystem in the Arctic. The cold circulating water is rich in nutrients as well as microscopic organisms such as phytoplankton and algae that need them to grow. Marine animals thrive in the Arctic. Marine animals thrive in the Arctic. Primary consumers such as jellies and shrimp consume plankton, the basis of the Arctic marine food web. Secondary consumers include fish, seabirds such as gulls and puffins, and a wide variety of baleen whales including giant blue whales and bowhead whales. Tertiary consumers, animals that prey mostly on other carnivores, include toothed whales and dolphins such as orcas and narwhals and pinnipeds such as seals, sea lions and walruses. Scavengers including some sharks and crabs and decomposers such as marine worms and algae break down dead and decaying material. The Arctic includes the peaks of the Brooks Mountains range in the western North America, the enormous Greenland ice sheet, the isolated islands of Svalbard archipelago, and the fields of the northern Scandinavia and grassland plateau and rich river valleys of the northern Siberia. Although some forests lie near the Arctic Circle, plant life is mostly limited to grasses, sedges and tundra vegetation such as mosses and lichens. These autotrophs have ability to survive despite being covered in snow and ice for much of the year. Insects such as mosquitoes and moths are common, especially as ice melt creates ponds during the spring and summer. Insects and insect larvae provide a crucial diet for the birds such as wrens and sandpipers and freshwater fish. Primary consumers across the region range from tiny lemmings to enormous musk oxen. One of the most familiar Arctic herbivores is caribou, often known as reindeer in Europe and Asia. Secondary consumers include Arctic foxes and raptors such as owls and eagles. The popular bear, the iconic apex predator of the Arctic, is equally able to hunt on land and around the ice floes. Polar bear, many animals of the Arctic are white. Beluga whales, snowy owls, Juveline harp seals. This coloring helps camouflage them in the heavy snow and ice. The Arctic is also rich in minerals such as nickel and copper ore. Mineral resources also include gemstones and rare earth elements which are used in batteries, magnets and scanners. Some of these material deposits are underground while others are buried beneath the Arctic Ocean. Mines and drilling operations are often dependent on the weather, and in the winter machinery can freeze and the frozen ground becomes too hard to drill. The climate north of Arctic Circle is generally cold, but the coastal areas of the Norway have generally mild climate as a result of Gulf Stream, which makes the ports of the northern Norway and northwest Russia ice-free all year long. In interior, the summers can be quite warm, while winters are extremely cold. For example, summer temperatures in Norilsk, Russia, will sometimes reach as high as 30 degrees Celsius, while in winter temperatures frequently fall below minus 50 degrees Celsius. That's all for now. For more news updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News. For more global weather updates and documentaries like this, subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates.